Hello everyone. In this video, we will explore how to apply Monte Carlo simulations in AI data platform to forecast demand for an ice cream store. When a business process involves uncertainty, relying on guesswork or a single best estimate, these estimates are rarely enough to make effective decisions. This is where Monte Carlo simulations provide an highly effective solution which will help you uncover the underlying variability of your operations. Performing these simulations involve three straightforward steps. First, we understand the input variables, specifically the underlying distribution of these variables. Step 2, running multiple simulations using these inputs. And finally, step 3 involves analyzing the final outcomes to better understand the variability. Before we jump into the notebook, let's quickly review our approach to the simulations. The entire analysis is broken down into 5 steps. Step 1 is data ingestion. Step 2 is configuration. This is where you specify the date columns, variables, distributions, and the number of simulations you want to run. Step 3 is performing the actual simulations, followed by step 4, where we store the simulated data. Finally, in step 5, we connect the AI data platform using OAC and visualize the results. Now that we understand the overall workflow, let us review the notebook. We'll be following the same 5 steps we discussed earlier. We will begin by installing and loading the necessary packages to perform simulations and visualizing the results. Let us begin with step 1, loading our data. In this example, we are using a CSV file stored in AI data platform along with our notebook. However, you have the flexibility to use any dataset stored in AIDP, ADW, or directly within OAC. Once loaded, you can see that the dataset contains 730 rows and 3 columns: date, customer count, and average number of ice creams per customer. This represents 2 years of data. You can see the top 5 and bottom 5 rows as well as the summary statistics of these columns. Now let us examine the data distributions of these columns. This is a crucial step that prepares us to configure our simulation variables shortly. Notice how the customer count fluctuates between 50 and 250. Average purchases per customer range 0.5 to 3. Together, these fluctuation factors lead to significant variability in our daily demand. Let us deep dive into step 2, configuration. The core of this step involves selecting the right distribution for your columns. We support normal, uniform, triangular, and log normal distributions. Use these examples for configuration of your variables. To ensure the data remain clean and avoid any duplicate records, we define the time grain aggregation for the variables used. Therefore, we begin by configuring the date column. Our time grain is set to daily, though weekly, monthly, and quarterly options are fully supported. From here, we define the scope of the analysis by setting the time horizon for the forecast and the number of simulation runs. Next comes the most crucial part, configuring your variables. Here we provide the statistical inputs such as mean, median, min, max, and select the right distribution for your variables. In our case, we have 2 variables, customer count and average purchases column. Customer count is set to normal distribution with some aggregation, whereas average purchases column is set to log normal distribution with a mean aggregation. Finally, we wrap up this by assigning a destination table name where all the simulation results are stored. With our configuration complete, we can move on to the next part of running the simulations. Generating these simulations involve a few key functions working seamlessly behind the scenes. First, we have our preparatory functions, which clean the data, aggregate the data at the chosen time grain, and validate the configuration to ensure no errors slip through. Next, we have specialized sampling functions, which act as an engine for simulation, generating new data points. Finally, we have an overarching master function which orchestrates the entire simulation. Let's go ahead and execute these simulations now. The system will quickly calculate our possible future outcomes, and then we can deep dive into the results. As the run completes, we can see our system has processed 730 cleaned historical rows and has successfully generated about 150,000 simulation rows. The top rows are displayed here, where we look at dates, unique simulation IDs, and the newly calculated variables. Most importantly, you can see that these generated values closely mirror our historical data. The mean, standard deviation align correctly. The distribution of these columns also look very similar. Further, looking at the thousands of customer count simulations, we can observe the realistic and the significant variability ranging from 50 to 350 customers over the 30 period span. In the final step, we save our simulated data into AIDP bronze layer. Afterwards, we can open our data catalog and quickly verify that the data is stored correctly. Now that our data is securely saved, let us head over to the OSC to pull the data. You will first have to establish a connection to AI data platform using your required configuration. For this demo, we have already created a connection. Let us now access the dataset through this connection. Open the connection, go to the schema, and you can see our newly generated Monte Carlo dataset. Further, we have already set up a dataset and created a workbook for this demo. Let us dive straight into the analysis. Once you open the workbook, the impact of thousands and thousands of simulations become visible. You can see there are occasional spikes across the data, perfectly capturing the real-world variability as we discussed earlier. Now let us analyze the simulations closely. The chart displaying the top 15 simulations for the 30 days. In this chart, the purple areas indicate the days when store is completely ran out of stock. The orange areas represent the days when sales fell below the break-even threshold. Ultimately, this simulation reveals that there is a significant risk of stockouts compared to significant risk of lost days, suggesting the store needs to increase the daily inventory to properly meet the customer demand. Thank you for watching the video.